Test, 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 test. Hello? All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the. All right, welcome to the second day of Pedal to the Metal. Today we got the Diamond City Minor Skaters going up against the Wasatch Junior Assault. We're going to start quickly, get this off on the road fast. We're going to stay on time today, and we're going to get out of here. All right, starting off, it looks like Bowie's Knife is coming out for the Diamond City Miners. Going to go head to head with number 13, Green Tea. Bowie's Knife is backed off a little bit. Green Tea's right up on the line. Bowie's Knife comes in, runs into Lady J. Now slides sideways, going back and forth, trying to move through there. Green Tea pushes the back forward. Now Bowie's Knife is trying to get through there, trying to get around. Green Tea's almost out. So is Bowie. It's a drag. It's going to, here we go. They're almost up to the top of turn one. They're still battling. Those walls are holding tight. And now on the inside, Green Tea busts loose. Still holding back Bowie's Knife. Bowie's Knife is now one more to beat, and it's one hit wonder, sends him outside. Lady J back there to Green Tea comes around, jumps the apex right in turn two. Bowie's Knife still trying to work around there, coming around fast, digging in hard. Bowie's Knife is digging. I can't see anything up in turn one with all those referees and black shirt officials over there. That's okay, though. They're keeping an eye on the game. Green Tea in, Green Tea out. Green Tea got four more. Lady J runs into Bowie's Knife. Now Bowie's Knife is almost free. One more to beat, and now Bowie's Knife is loose. And there we go. Hearing the coaches say, call it. Green Tea calls it off. All right, folks, it's a quick start, 12-0. We're bright and early here in the morning. It is 8:02 in Oregon, 9 o'clock for us from Wasatch. And I do appreciate all your Oregon announcers getting our name right. This is the first time we've been to a tournament where people can say our name. And now we're in official timeout. All right, so remember why you guys are here and visiting. Make sure you take some merch home from other teams. It's what helps out teams survive. It's an exchange of money. We give you money, they give us money. That's the way it goes when it comes to merch. Okay, it looks like there was a late penalty called there, and Green Tea will be in the box, which will mean that DCM will be starting off with a power start. It looks like they're going to send out Viper. Wasatch has got all their blockers out there. We got Crimson, Green, Lady J, One Hit Wonder, and Joe Don't Do It. They're on the pivot line. They back up to the jam line. DCM is lined up on the inside. It looks like they'll try to push to the outside, and Wasatch holds it off. Crimson Slayer engages immediately, pushes them out. Viper has to get back in. Viper runs into Lady J now. Lady J holding up Viper. Now, and there's Crimson with the lady coming in there, sliding over there, sends them flying. No, Crimson, they said no good. Crimson has to skate to the box for 30 seconds of silent reflection. And now we have a power jam as the skater. All right, lead is still open. This will be a jammer swap. Jammer swap occurs. Green Tea is released. Green Tea pushing around, trying to get through there. This is a power jam now for Green Tea. No lead has been established yet. He still has the opportunity. And there we go. Green Tea is loose in the goose. No, Green Tea gets a cut track penalty. So once again, we do a jammer swap. Now we've got a parade of people heading to the penalty box, cooking off some penalties, a little nervous energy. Everybody's getting it out of them. I guarantee you by the second half, all this will clean up. One hit wonder putting a big hit on Viper. Viper goes down, drops out of bounds, has to cycle back. No, now one hit wonder has to go to the box. Out there is Crimson, Lady J, and Joe Don't Do It, slowing down Viper as long as they can. Green Tea is released and engaged. Now Green Tea is out. Wasatch Wall still doing what they have to. Oh, now we have a star pass. It looks like Punchline gets it. But now we got two heading off for a cut track. I think I saw. So that reduces the jam. They only got two blockers out there and a jammer for the DCM. And it looks like Punchline taking a beating from Joe. Don't Do It. And they skate off. All right. Looks like Gretcha Sketch is out there. 6-2-1 for Wasatch going up against 0-0-1-1. That is licensed to Dill. I guess that's a dill pickle lover. All right. Gretch cuts to the inside and gets around. Licensed to Dill trying to battle through. That's a big wall out there. That's Feline Feisty and Mullet out there. Now Crimson off. It's officials calling a tight game today. They want to make sure they keep everything calm. Gretcha Sketch is back in. The two blockers are behind. And a nice little hop by Gretcha Sketch. Gets through there. Oh, License to Dill takes a big hit and shakes it off from one hit wonder. Boy, when one hit lowers their shoulder, it's usually hits the floor. But big License to Dill really showed some stamina there as they took that chest square, hit square in the chest, and they just shook it off and kept moving. Nice work on License to Dill. All right, it looks like next, as we come out of the timeout, that's an official timeout. Once again, we always appreciate that the officials take their time, make sure that all the points are counted, everything's right. You don't want to see these kids put on all this work and not get counted, so the officials take their time. They don't have egos about it. They say, hey, we just want to make sure the call is right. Always appreciated that. It looks like we have a pair of pivots in the box starting off, so each team will be down a blocker, and they'll get their pivots back some way in between there. All right, we come out of that officials timeout. We got Scandalicious up against Roletta. Scandalous. There we go. I think that's Scandalous. So here we go. Roletta plows into the pack. They go down. Scandalous up against Lady J. Lady J one-on-one block, and now gets some help from Joe Don't Do It. Bad Cop and Crimson Slayer. Oh, and Roletta slips a big hit. Roletta saw it coming from number 76, Fender Bender. Said, oh no, I'm getting out of the way of that guy. Roletta comes down to the outside. Oh, it almost holds it in, but Fender Bender returns the favor, sends her flying. Now they bridge backwards, getting Roletta back in. Roletta's in now. Scandalous is trying to get through there, but Roletta squirts through there. Roletta doesn't need much of a hole. She gets in there and disappears into your wall and comes out the other side. Fender Bender looking backwards. Slasher out there doing everything they can to slow down. And Viper slowing down Roletta. Now they've got her. The bench is clear. Everybody's clear. Now Lady J comes out there, provides a key block, and pops Loretta loose. A key block at the key time. Roletta comes in. Oh, and a little hop by Roletta. Scandal is still trying to fight through there. The DCM is trying to drop back into offense. Crimson slides back. Scandalos. Roletta takes a big hit from Fender Bender. Bowie's knife puts the last hit on Roletta, and Roletta gets out of there. Oh, now we have a parade to the box. Roletta's in, Roletta's out. It looks like Fender Bender and Bowie's knife heading out there. Fender Bender putting some big mean hits out there. Sometimes those go both ways. You always got to have a player that plays a little bit on the edge. All right, we start off again. Green Tea up against Killer Queen. And Green Tea is out first. Killer Queen is pushing hard on that wall. That wall is with Circus, Mullet, Feline Feisty. Green Tea comes in, slides around Hard Feelings. Hard Feelings says, oh, I got a hit for you, buddy. But Green Tea shakes it off and keeps moving. Now Mullet head into the box, and Killer Queen is loose. Killer Queen is coming through. And Green Tea picks up the call a little late, but still prevents Killer Queen from getting any points. I'm always amazed when the kids this age understand who Queen is, since Freddie Mercury died years before most of them were born. But that just shows good taste in music. All right, here we go. We got Toxic Sloth going up against Gretcha Sketch. Toxic Sloth is sliding back and forth, moving laterally. Comes into Lady J. Lady J gets him to the inside. Now goes over to Joe. Joe, now they cinch together. They're going to push on Toxic Sloth. Gretcha Sketch still not wall. That whole wall is packed in. Everybody's in turn one right there. And now it looks like Gretcha Sketch is through on the inside. Gretcha's through. Wasatch getting some help back. Toxic Sloth is out. Love that name, Toxic Sloth. All right, it looks like Harm Alarm's out here. Shout out to Harm Alarm. We met them in the airport yesterday or Friday, whenever we got here, up against Roletta. Harm Alarm is out first, though. Harm Alarm that triggered, and they're going. Harm Alarm's been triggered. They're coming in hard and fast. Roletta still trying to fight through there. Gets a big hit from Killer Queen. Killer Queen a little upset they didn't get through last time. Trying to make sure, and there you go. Roletta gets cycled all the way back. Killer Queen engages immediately and gets... Oh, no. Now Killer Queen heading off. Now Roletta's got a couple to beat, but Harm Alarm is already loose and got 4 and looking for more. Oh, my God. Now Wasatch has a parade of blockers to the box. They got 3 blockers in the box. Okay, it looks like Wasatch had 3 blockers heading to the box at one time. Not allowed to do that. So the entire wall's out there. So it's just going to be 2 blockers and a star, the jammer out there. And then, of course, once one of these blockers gets out of the box for Wasatch, one of the other blockers will have to go into the box. A delayed penalty. All right. Well, I haven't seen this. We got 5 in the box, all for pack definition. So now, all right, we're coming out of that. We got a full penalty box. Green tea going up against 7-Eleven. That is Punchline. And Punchline engages, Green tea engages. They're both in the same situation. Punchline gets shoved out by Stormy C there. Now Punchline is loose, but Green tea's already loose. And Green tea hops and gets around. They're going to have to cook this off. Yep, now Wasatch only has 1 blocker out there. Now they get some help coming out. They get a lot of help. Now Stormy will have to leave the area once they get out there. She should be leaving. So Stormy C doesn't see they have a penalty, the cook-off still. So Stormy's going to have to report to the box. Oh, so I think what they did is they sent Lady J to the box instead of Stormy C. So that cooked off that penalty. Yep, I'm getting the official over here, giving me the nod. So that's it. Lady J cooked off Stormy's penalty. That's teamwork for you. All right, here we go. And there we go. Gretchen Sketch coming out against Fender Bender. Gretch is out fast, but Fender Bender is fat right behind. About a half a track separates these two. Gretchen Sketch digging hard. Fender Bender using those long legs to come around. Now if we get some help from friends. And here we go. We're going to run the pack. Joe don't do it. Practices skating backwards for just this situation. They can't catch up. And now Wasatch gets all the help back. Crimson chooses violence and runs right into Fender Bender. Now Gretch gets sent off for a power jam. And Fender Bender's out there. Gretch Sketch had lead and lost it, so we're out there for another minute and a half. So 2 cut track penalties there. Got sent off. Fender Bender doing what he has to do, getting points. Got 8 more. Arm alarms back in the box. And Gretchen Sketch is through. They did make their initial pass, so now they're skating. Fender Bender's got 4 more, but Gretchen Sketch is catching up. Gretchen Sketch takes off and passes Fender Bender. Fender Bender's still the lead. Or not the lead, but he's still over the advantage. And there we go. Gretchen Sketch comes in and evens the time. So here we go. If Wasatch can hold down Fender Bender. That's a tall drink of water to try to hold back, but they're going to try to do what they do. Gretsch gets in, gets one. All right, so we come out of that. No harm, no foul. Everybody's on the bench or on the track. So we got Green Tea up against Slasher. And Green Tea gets slashed by Bowie's knife, but gets cycled back in and trying to get around. And Green Tea is out first. Slasher out there battling with Lady J. Nobody giving an inch. Now we have a try for a handoff. And then we got a handoff. One hit wonder saw. Can't you get there in time? No. That releases. It is Bowie's knife who's got the star. Bowie's knife has got to get the star on. Green Tea's got 4. Going to look for more. Wasatch is going to put the pack on the roll. And T, hearing their coaches from behind them, calls it off. And it looks at the end there, we got a multiplayer. All right, so right at the end of the play, we had a multiplayer on Feline Feisty, and Feisty's in the box. Gretchen sketches out there with Shovey Dovey. And they switch sides. One was on the inside, one was out the outside. They swap positions. Shovey Dovey goes out there, runs into one hit. Joe, don't do it in Bad Cop. Gretchen Sketch is plowed through the line. Bad Cop, last line of defense. Nice job waterfalling onto each other. Gretchen Sketch is back into the pack and trying to score now. Gretchen Sketch pushes through. One more to beat. That is Punchline. Punchline says, I got a joke for you. And it was their shoulder. Gretchen Sketch trying to get to the outside and gets around. That was scandalous there. And now we have a handoff. And there we go. It's a handoff. Shovey Dovey hands off quick to Punchline. Punchline's got the star. Gretchen Sketch realizing that star is coming around and going to score on them, calls it off before they can get around. DCM has got a real nice method of handing off their star. They hand underhanded, which is nice because if you hand overhand, where you reach over, if you touch a helmet, that's a high block or a forearm. So they do an excellent job reaching through the pack to hand off their thing. That is clearly something they've practiced. So here we go. We got Roletta out against Wicked. Wicked gets pushed out by Joe Don't Do It. Joe Don't Do It cycles Wicked back. Mullet, Lady J, and Joe Don't Do It out there. One in the box. Now Roletta's trying to get to the outside. We got multiplayer calls going off. Oh, and Roletta one skated around and goes to the inside and gets around. And Roletta coming around realizes that Wicked is loose. We'll see what the coaches want to do with them. They put the pack on the move again. And Etta hears it from the coaches, calls it off just in time. All right, green tea coming out with license to dill. Wonder if that's a pickle reference. That would be funny if that's green tea versus a pickle. Green tea has had those skates on since he was about 2 years old. All right, and they're all out there hugging. That's always good to see. We haven't been to Bakersfield in about 6 years, I think was the last time we went to Bakersfield, maybe 7 years ago. I don't remember exactly. They had a lovely candy store down there that we will remember forever. Ice cream shop. I missed that one. So here we go. License to Dill up against Green Tea. I pity the fool that sleeps on green tea. So here we go. License to Dill's getting a little sour as they get through there. Oh, and they get through. License to Dill gets the lead jammer. Green tea is now loose, but Dill is in control. It is Dill's world. Dill comes in, swings around backwards. One hit wonder tried to line it up, misses, and Dill slips through, gets 4 points. All right, here we go. Harm Alarm up against Gretcha Sketch. Harm Alarm's been triggered and they're loose. Harm Alarm jumped to the inside, got out of there quick. Right behind Harm Alarm, maybe 30 feet behind is Gretcha Sketch, and they're coming. Harm Alarm coming in fast. Runs into Joe, don't do it. Joe says, nope, nope, nope. You're not getting past me. Just under 10 minutes left in this half. We got a full day of games, too. All right, Roletta coming back out there, going against Hard Feelings. Roletta to the inside, Hard Feelings to the outside, now to the inside. And gets through there. Hard Feelings is coming through, says, hey, I'm sorry, but I got to get through there. So here we go, runs into Bad Cop. Bad Cop takes the hit right in the back and then cycles back, Hard Feeling. Chemical X out there trying to slow down Hard Feelings. You can't make a superhero without Chemical X, people. Roletta doing what they can, just keep rolling. Now one hit wonders out there with Hard Feelings. Hard Feelings gets loose. Roletta stuck in the back, can't get through. Almost there. Hard Feelings is back around, runs into Chemical X. Roletta gets cycled back. Roletta trying to get to the outside. Oh, and big hit over there sends Roletta crashing down. And now we have a timeout from Wasatch. So, folks, we'd like to thank our gracious hosts here in Oregon. We've had a wonderful time while we've been here. This is our first trip to Salem, and this has been a wonderful state. We do appreciate everything that Oregon has to offer. I am a little surprised that the food is cheaper here than in Utah, but I'll take that. That was nice to see. We've had excellent meals everywhere we went. Went to the yard on the first night. That was fantastic. That is an excellent meeting hall for most Derby people. I'm sure you all know that. All right, so here we go. Green tea up against Harm Alarm. We've seen Harm Alarm before a few times. They are excellent at getting out there, getting lead jam. Bam, right into Joe Don't Do It and Lady J. Harm Alarm having no problem delivering the thump. Green tea slides an opening and gets through there, though. Harm Alarm trying to get through there, battling head-to-head with Lady J. Mullet and Roller Rain out there slowing him down. Now Harm Alarm's through, but T's already through. Harm Alarm takes a final hit from Lady J, just a little bump. Harm Alarm is not a slough on the skates as they come flying around there. They're stride for stride with Green Tea. That's impressive because Green Tea is one of the fastest skaters out there. All right, Gretchen Sketch up against Viper. Two of them take to the inside, trying to follow through everywhere. DCM closes that hole quickly. They've got a strong wall holding back Gretchen Sketch. And now, oh, nice job. Gretchen Sketch gets around Killer Queen. Killer Queen was getting everything they had. They were being as sticky as possible. Now coming in there, Fender Bender lining up. Bang! And a big hit on Gretchen Sketch. Gretchen Sketch shook it off. Said, oh no, I'm a old diesel engineer. I'm plowing through there. All right, and now Viper is through. Viper's gotten through there. Gretchen Sketch is on their scoring drive. We'll see how they do it. Gretchen Sketch sees the coaches and calls it off immediately. All right, so there we go. Wasatch is going to send out Mullet for the first time. 8-1-3, going to go head-to-head with 5-5-5. Bowie's Knife. Maybe it's Bowie's Knife. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask at halftime. And the two packs separate a little bit. Bowie's Knife's laterally. Mullet going with a straight shove, trying to get through there. And Mullet pushes through. That's a big body trying to get through. First year on travel team, but nonetheless going through. Comes in there, blows the pack up. No, Mullet doesn't have it. Oh, okay, I thought they called Mullet for a penalty or something, and Mullet did too. But there was nothing assessed. And so Mullet gets his 4 and goes home. I think we have an official timeout. No? Yes? A lot of confusion out there. Official timeout. Yes. No. I think we're going to reset. All right, so it looks like Punchline is coming out against Green Tea. They take off. Now we officially started. So here we go. Punchline is in there and in and out. That was a quick one hit and out of there. Punchline was a one hit, a one-liner, but gets through there. And now Green Tea heads to the box. So now we got a power jam for Punchline. Punchline being blocked by Lady J. Now they get some help. Oh, it looks like the jammer got a misconduct. That was Green Tea, a misconduct for initiating contact from out of bounds. Now, Punchline is right in there. Joe Don't Do It and Lady J, two excellent long-term blocks. And Roletta put, oh! Joe Don't Do It slides over and says, Punchline, hey, don't worry about it. And then we see a good high five at the end there. Good clean hits are always appreciated from either side. Officials, we need a timeout. The scorekeeper, officials. All right, once again, we're going to get everything sorted out here. Make sure we got all the points counted and everything. Oh, we got the 5-second whistle. DCM comes scrambling out, and just in time, Toxic Sloth gets across the line. That might have went to their advantage because Toxic Sloth is loose. Toxic Sloth is in charge. They're coming around. Wasatch has got two blockers in the box. Nice show of sportsmanship there as Fender Bender and Mullet bump fist. And now they get into each other's grills as Fender Bender looks at Mullet. I thought that we were going to see a little eat the baby on that, but we didn't. Mullet trying to get through, and now Mullet gets through. Got one move right now, but that's a big power move. That's a big kid coming pounding through there. Mullet looks back for his coaching and gets it and comes through there. Now we got bodies heading to the ground and bodies heading to the box. Mullet coming around. Mullet's got 4, looking for a few more. One more to beat, but it's Roletta, and Roletta's getting sticky out there. Mullet's doing everything they can, or Roletta's trying to hold back Punchline. Punchline gets the star, and that was a star pass. Now we'll see if Mullet can pay attention. And Mullet does, going to his knees. He hears his coach and calls it off. Green Tea coming out against Killer Queen. Minute and a half left in this half. This has been a very fast half. We're only 40 minutes into it, and we've already almost done here. So here we go, Killer Queen and Green Tea. Killer Queen on the outside. Gets around Joe, don't do it. Joe thought you had it lined up. He did. Killer Queen is loose. Green Tea still trying to get out. Now Green Tea is loose. The box empties. Joe Don't Do It cycles back. Killer Queen. Killer Queen comes on and runs right into Lady J, calling it off. Just as Green Tea gets back to the pack. 50 seconds left in this half. Enough time to get another jam started. So Viper coming out against Scratch a Sketch. Both of them in the middle. Looking at the pack. They both hit the middle of the pack. Wretch goes to the inside. Viper behind. Now Viper opens up a hole on the inside. Oh, Lady Redaletta thought they had an opening. Roller Reina went out there. Slowed down Viper, but Viper still loose. It gave enough time for Gretchen Sketch to come out of there and be halfway through. So here we go. Vipers gets knocked out. Looks like they're going to get 3 points. Gretchen Sketch couldn't get around in time. And I think that's intermission. All right, folks, we're here at intermission. A few friendly reminders. Make sure you leave the bathrooms open for a few minutes. These skaters only got 10 minutes to get off, go potty, and get back on there. So make sure the bathrooms are open. If you don't have wheels on your feet or stripes on your back, you are not welcome in the bathroom for the next 5 minutes. All right, folks, we're coming back out of intermission here. We're going to go to the second half of Wasatch Junior Assaults up against Diamond City Miners. We're getting all our numbers readjusted. Make sure everybody can see everything. Both teams on the track. It looks like we're going to start off with Punchline against Green Tea. All right, and the whistle blows and they go. They're taking off. Green Tea is out first. He's running fast, trying to come up to the pack. Now released his Punchline. Green Tea hops and gets through there. No, we have a cut track penalty up at the top of the queue by Punchline. That gives Green Tea 30 seconds of free time to work. All right, Green Tea's in, Green Tea's out. We'll see what Green Tea wants to do. He calls the play. Now all of a sudden Wasatch gets in there, executes the play, and Green Tea comes through. One hit, and he's out. Nice backward skating. All right, Green Tea's got 16, looking for some more. Lady J cycling back, Punchline. Punchline trying to get through there. Green Tea gets in, slides through. And hops, and oh, he almost clears, but he lands out of bounds, so he's got to cycle back. We'll see how far back he wants to cycle. Viper sees it, picks him up, cycles him the whole way back. Green Tea gives himself a little extra room, comes up in there, and ducks around that one. Nice dip from Green Tea. Comes around. Looks like Punchline is now out, but Green Tea has got 24. Has full view of Punchline, calls it off right as he gets to his bench. And just a friendly reminder to everybody not familiar with the Madhouse here. By the way, great name. I love the Madhouse. There is a track monitor. You are not allowed to transition across the track except for when the green go sign is up. So here we go. License to Dill up against Mullet. License to Dill ducking in behind Mullet. Mullet hears the whistle and takes off. Goes right in, and License to Dill trying to get around. Dill's in there pushing the pack forward. Mullet trying to maneuver, gets in, and oh no, Mullet's not out yet. Nope. Oh, they did call him for a cut track. His toe stop was out of bounds there. And that gives License to Dill the opportunity. License to Dill's got their lead jam now. 30 seconds of freedom to work by themselves. Oh, clearly a signal sent in. That wall worked effectively. Wasatch practices it. DCM practices it. And DCM just pulled it off excellent. They line up again. Oh, they're using the clap method. I got it. It's like in boxing. Gretchen Sketch puts a hit on License to Dill, but License to Dill is out. Back in is Mullet. Mullet comes in, still on his initial pass. And now Mullet is loose, but he was on his initial pass, so he won't get any points for that one. Crimson Slayer comes out as the jammer of record for the Wasatch. First time we've seen her today in the jam mode, normally a pivot or a blocker. Going up against 003, that is Killer Queen. Whistle blows and they go. Crimson tries to do the eat the baby, misses, and comes plowing through there, and 507 was just in the way there. That was Toxic Sloth. Crimson lowered the boom right under the armpit, perfectly legal. They come in there now. Killer Queen is loose, but Crimson's in the scoring run. And we'll see what Crimson got. They're going to give Crimson all 4. Green Tea up against Hard Feelings. Maybe they're exchanging ideas for later on. Good places to go eat. Favorite jamming style. And they go. Green Tea's up in the pack. Green Tea is loose first. Hard Feelings is heading off for a cut track penalty there. Backslash, if you're home listening, I hope you see this live feed. They've got an excellent setup here with multiple cameras. Now we have a directional on Gretchen Sketch as they head off. Wasatch losing blockers, but they are in a power jam situation. Bodies dropping. We got feisty one-hit wonder out there. Harm Alarm heading to the box now, it looks like. Hard Feelings is released, but in their initial pass, looking like a little jammer on jammer crime. But Green Tea avoids it. Hard Feelings almost around, but a last little bump out of bounds by Bad Cop sends them backwards. Now Green Tea is moving forward. Now we got more bodies heading to the box. No, the jammer is getting recycled back. Green Tea coming back around. Scott 12 looking for more. Comes in, slides in sideways, and gets through there. Harm Alarm is released. Chasing down Green Tea. Green Tea better get on his horse. Harm Alarm has ill intent in mind. Green Tea comes through there, slides through. Both jammers on the field now. And Green Tea, all of DCM is in the box. Okay, DCM has only got one blocker out there. Now one-hit wonder heading into the box. DCM getting some help out there as they get 2 blockers. Realizing the time is running out, they call it off, and T stops the run. All right, so it looks like Harm Alarm came off for a high block, and one-hit wonder came out for pack destruction. So here we go, Mullet up against Viper. Mullet goes right into the pack, so does Viper. And now Mullet gets around to the outside. DCM has only got 2 blockers out there. They need some help. Oh, no, Mullet's out. Mullet is in the box, looking off a penalty. Harm Alarm is released, but Viper is loose. Viper is out there. Wasatch has got to slow them down. Wasatch getting some help back. Joe don't do it, shoves Viper out. No, Joe gets sent to the sin bin for 30 seconds of reflection. And now Mullet is released. Viper running in, runs into Roletta, runs into Lady J. Everybody takes a hit Viper. Those are the hardest 4 points I've seen to earn. Nobody can call it off. We're going the whole time here. Roletta's in the way, runs into Viper, and throws her to the ground. Now gets help of Lady J. Lady J's in there, leaning on Viper hard. Lady J and Viper. And now Viper's got to get loose. Mullet's out. Mullet's coming around. He's on his initial pass. So Viper's on their second pass. They're going to run the pack on him, though. And there we go. Viper introduces themselves to Lady J. Lady J says, hey, how you doing? And again, shoves Viper out. Mullet trying to get around, twisting, turning. No, Viper gets shoved out by 78 there. That's Wicked. Wicked takes a hit from Lady J incidentally, as they were just trying to come through there. Woo! I'll tell you what, it's early in the morning, and that was some Class A hitting right there. And here we go. It is Slasher up against Crimson Slayer. Got a couple of murderers out there. Now it looks like Crimson's going to head off for a cut track. Yep, cut track penalty. Crimson takes a seat. Think about what they did. Slasher is loose. Slasher is your lead jammer now. No lead jammer was established. Slasher's coming around. Looking vicious. They've got DCM all lined up, and they send them in. That is some good coaching right there, because they've clearly got that down where they line up and they have that clap sending them forward. That is nice to see. Some good coaching there. And Slasher's got 4. Slasher's World. Crimson release from the box, and just as Crimson release, Slasher gets around, calls it off as they come around. No points scored that way. 6 points for Slasher, though. So Toxic Sloth going up against Green Tea. And here we go. Right into the middle. Both of them slam forward. Green Tea almost through. Yes. No. No. One more to beat. No. Green Tea gets through. They hit him out, but Green Tea was out too, and they all went out. So Green Tea gets to advance. Toxic Sloth getting in there, trying to get around. Running into Lady J. Now Chemical X goes backwards to put a hit on. Green Tea twisting, turning, doing whatever they can to get out. Now Toxic Sloth heading to the box for a forearm call. Now Lady J heads off for a forearm call. Green Tea is through. Sends his people forward, says, get in there and break stuff. Fender Bender leans backwards, says, hey, I got a booty for you. And Green Tea says, nope, I'm out of here. Folks, under Medicare assessing the situation and providing the appropriate aid for the skater. Know that your child is perfectly safe there. They have an excellent medical staff that are here to support and take care of the kids. I sat with them all day yesterday. They were amazing people, practical, knowledgeable. I really feel safe with these guys in the box. That's good to see, because they took that skate off. I was a little nervous, but that skate goes right, and they put all the pressure on it, and they're walking over to the box. All right, Wasatch starting off with one in the box. We're starting off with a power start with Joe Don't Do It. The Jamer is standing for DCM. DCM's got all their blockers. Wasatch is missing the blocker but has their Jamer. Hard to play derby without a Jamer. And right as the whistle blows, Joe goes blowing through there, and Toxic Sloth is released. Bad Cop with an excellent block out of bounds sends Toxic Sloth backwards. Toxic Sloth is trying to get through there. Let me tell you how hard it is to say Toxic Sloth. Joe Don't Do It is through. The box clears. Bad Cop doing an excellent job patrolling the back area, making sure Toxic Sloth can't get through. Joe Don't Do It's on the first four, looking for more. Coming around the inside now. Joe gets through there. Toxic Sloth pushing on there. That is a wall that is blocked up. That is plugged. Star comes off. We'll see if we're going to go with the star pass. And Joe don't care. Joe's moving forward. Directional call on Lady J. And Joe's got 16 now. Toxic Sloth still trying to get through there. And we have a handoff. Punchline is now your Jammer. No, now Punchline hands it back to Toxic Sloth. Not sure what happened there. Must have been a bad star pass. Gretchen sketch. Perfect hit out of bounds. And Bad Cop back there to cycle him back. Toxic Sloth still trying to fight through there. Joe Don't Do It coming in. Slides in sideways. Blowing walls up as they come in. Toxic Sloth has got their claws out. Looking to hurt. And now we have a good clean handoff, and Punchline does get the star, but doesn't have enough time to get around and do anything with it. Joe with a 24-point run there. All right, Killer Queen coming out, lining up against Mullet. That's 8-1-3 for Wasatch. Mullet on the outside, Killer Queen on the inside. Killer Queen runs right into Crimson Slayer and Stormy C. Roulette out there, barking orders. Chemical X with them. Mullet trying just a big power move into Fender Bender. He's trying to move Fender Bender, but Fender Bender is 2,000 pounds of steel out there. Blows the pack up, but they do an excellent job, DCM, on blocking them back. That's 555, blocking Mullet all the way back. That's Bowie's knife. And now they get loose. Killer Queen is loose. Mullet is, no, Killer Queen's got their first four, and Mullet heading to the box. 30 seconds of reflection there on Mullet as they go back on it and think about it. Wasatch says put the pack on the run. And Killer's got four more. Now Killer Queen's got 12. Stormy C comes out, but Crimson Slayer comes in. Mullet now is sliding through. Nope. Mullet didn't get through there. That was going to be a 15-0 run there by DCM. Oh, that was close. It looks like they were about to assess a penalty to Crimson, which would have been their foul out penalty, but then Breadpool came over and said, no, you're free, you're exonerated. So they took that penalty away from Crimson Slayer, and Crimson Slayer will get to keep on playing, it looks like. All right, here we go. Green Tea lining up against Hard Feelings. We've seen this story before. Green Tea in the middle, Hard Feelings in the middle. A lot of lateral movement. Hard Feelings is almost loose. Got one more to beat. It's Gretsch a Sketch. DCM doing a great job of recycling and waterfalling in front of Green Tea. Oop, even knocked an official down in the far corner. And now Green Tea is out. But Hard Feelings was lead jam. Okay, that coach was rather directive on call it. I almost called it. All right, Viper coming out for DCM, going to go head to head with Joe Don't Do It. Both of them are going to go along the outside. Both get shoved out by the teams. Get recycled back. Bowie's Knife recycles Joe Don't Do It back. And it looks like Viper is going to get out and get lead jam. It's a drag race, though, because Joe's only about 30 feet behind. Viper looks to be a little faster. Viper comes in, hits, spins, and calls it off as they get in there. We'll see what they give him. They're going to give him two points for that one. Harm Alarm coming out for DCM. Green Tea for Wasatch. They're right in the middle. Harm Alarm takes a swing at Green Tea. Green Tea shakes it off and gets around the outside. Green Tea is an excellent dipper. He can get around the outside and drop so low you can't see him. Oh, and Harm Alarm trying to get around. Back up did what they could to get in front of Harm Alarm. Harm Alarm shook that off. Green Tea comes blasting through there. We got bodies flying. Green Tea says that's good enough. Ten minutes, 10 and a half left in this game. Joe Don't Do It out there going head to head with Killer Queen. Joe's backed way off. She likes to come in from behind there. She likes to get a little speed up. And you got to watch out because when she's at full speed, it's like a truck coming in there. And there you go. You're going to get in the way. You're going to get hit by the train. And Killer Queen is out first. Number one in the charts. And now Joe Don't Do It head into the box. Joe having a seat there. Well, and there we go. Crimson heading off. They'll be off for the remainder of this. No. They turned around. I'm not sure. And now Joe is released. Killer Queen's got 4. Coming in hard for more. Runs into Roletta. Roletta and Crimson doing what they have to do. One hit wonders out there. Back with their skate on. That's good to see. Joe Don't Do It gets through there. Tries to move out by Viper. Viper can't move Joe out. They control the bleeding. All right, here we go. Hard Feelings up against Green Tea. Hard Feelings with a straight, slow line right in the inside line. Runs into Gretchen-Sketch. Almost has an opening. And Green Tea comes out the outside. Not sure how they did. They disappeared into that pack, and they came out the other side. Green Tea with a little hop over there. And now it looks like, there we go, Hard Feelings is finally around Bad Cop. Green Tea coming around. Got good view of Hard Feelings and their coaches. They see it, they call it off. 8 minutes left in the game. All right, 95 versus 97. Harm Alarm up against Joe Don't Do It. Whistle blows. Joe goes to the outside. Harm Alarm goes to the outside. And Joe's on the inside and gets through there. Harm Alarm hasn't been triggered yet. They're just about, and now Harm Alarm gets loose. Harm Alarm coming through. Joe Don't Do It realizes it, calls it off. Looks like there was a penalty assigned at the end. All right, Green Tea up against License to Dill. Green Tea thought they were out, but no. They had a cut track penalty. Green Tea heading in there. Into the penalty box. Now License to Dill is loose. Oh no, License to Dill was getting a cut track penalty. So that'll immediately release Green Tea. We do a jammer swap there. So nobody can call it off now. We're going to go the full minute and a half left in the game. License to Dill is released. Green Tea is out there trying to, neither one's established. They did establish lead jam. License to Dill did get it, but then it was sent to the box, I think. So Green Tea gets out and gets 4. We're going the whole time here. Green Tea gets cycled way back by 555 Bowie's Knife. Oh, and a nice move. License to Dill slides around. They thought they had him trapped, but License to Dill was able to squirt right around there. They were doing an excellent job on that. 30 seconds left in this jam. We're going to full time. Wicked out there. Wicked's got a line up on T, but T slips. Track snake. Body's bouncing like a pachinko ball. Bad Cop and Gretchen-Sketch out there beating on License to Dill. Now Gretchen-Sketch goes down, but Bad Cop is there to pick it up. Green Tea gets thrown out by Fender Bender. Fender Bender cycles Green Tea way back. Green Tea says, I'm not even going to step in. Time ran out. So it looks like a timeout Wasatch. Timeout Wasatch. There we go. All right, 4 minutes left in the game. And we switch into an official timeout once again as we get those scores adjusted properly. When we come out of the timeout, it looks like 23-19. Rolla Reina is going to go out there for the first time. Going head to head with number 15, Viper. All right, just waiting on the scorekeeper. Scorekeepers are good. We're ready to start again. There we go. There's the whistle. We're coming back out of a timeout. So here we go. We're going to pick up with 23-19. 23-19. That is Rolla Reina. Going to go head to head with Viper. Viper backing right up on Rolla Reina. The whistle blows, and Viper's not going to let Rolla Reina go through. And now the pack backs up onto Rolla Reina a little bit, and Viper. They try to push forward. Now they're both slamming through there, trying to get through. Rolla Reina gets pushed out by number 003. Killer Queen pushing Rolla Reina out. Packs separate a little bit. And now Viper is through. Rolla Reina struggling to get through that DCM wall. Now gets cycled back by Killer Queen again. Runs into a track snake. Comes back up. Pops up and trying to get to the outside. Oh, almost. But a good job lifting up that foot. Oh, and Rolla Reina might be able to step through. There we go. Just keep there a little bit more. And they kept everything inbound. No, nice waterfall job as we had a toe stop come flying out there. But Killer Queen, or Viper, excuse me, Viper is out first. Viper is out and flying around. And now Rolla Reina lost their toe stop, so they're going to hand off to Roletta. Roletta takes the star and goes. They want no part of Roletta coming around, so they call it off before she gets there. All right, Harm Alarm coming out against Green Tea. And Green Tea is loose first. Harm Alarm is still in there fighting back and forth. Runs into Gretchesketch, last line of defense, and now Harm Alarm is loose. Shakes off that hit from Gretchesketch. Digging in, digging hard around. 2 minutes left in the game. Green Tea's coming through there. Big hit by 7-Eleven. And right as Harm Alarm gets in there, Green Tea calls it off before they can get there. Minute and a half left in the game. Both jammers backed way off. Wicked versus Joe don't do it. Now Joe takes off, and so does Wicked. Joe goes to the outside. Wicked tries the inside. Now Joe's being held back by that DCM, the big white wall and the big red wall, holding both jammers back. Now they swap spots. Joe goes to the inside, Wicked to the out. They start to string the pack out. Wasatch is staying in a tripod. And there we go. Joe is loose first. 50 seconds left in this game. But it's Joe's world. They can cook off this entire thing and still have extra bonus time. We'll see how it ends. Joe, don't do it. Coming around. Joe just sliding around. Not feeling anything. No pressure whatsoever. One hit wonder, cycling back, Wicked. Oh, Hard Feelings, a star pass to Hard Feelings. Hard Feeling gets knocked out. And then Roletta takes Hard Feelings out. And then one hit wonder, cycling Hard Feelings back. Good teamwork there. Joe, don't do it's in the pack's got 4. Looking for more. 12 seconds. Crimson Slayer one-on-one blocking. Roletta, all of them doing a good job holding the back. All right, we're in bonus time. They're going to say keep running it. They're going to go into extra time here. Hard Feelings having a slow time getting up. It looks like we had an injury right at the end of that play there, so we did run out of timeout. We'll see what the referees do. So at 10 o'clock, about a half hour from now, we are going to have the Wheat Whackers out of Colorado, Coyote Country versus Freaky Fridays. This is open division of Santa Cruz. Be at 10 o'clock. Game up here in a couple. All right, and Hard Feelings is up and on her own and walking off. Nope, they're going to get some help from friends. Nope, Hard Feelings says, no, I want to walk this off. I came in on these 2 feet. I'm going out on these 2 feet. Looks like they were going to attempt the piggyback thing. We'll see what they want to do, if they're going to call it here. It didn't end on a penalty. It ended on time. And it looks like that was it, folks. So we have a final score of Wasatch Assault 256 to the Diamond City Miners of 132. So a shout out to the Diamond City Miners, License to Dill, Killer Queen, Slasher, Jaws, Scandalish, Hard Feelings, Viper, Hell's Bells, Legacy, Killshot, Pocket Sand, Shovey Dovey, Toxic Sloth, Bowie's Knife, Punchline, The Arbitrator, Fender Bender, Wicked, and Little Buttons, and Harm Alarm. That was your DCM. Your Wasatch Assault for the night was Bad Cop, Chameleon, Green Tea, Crimson Slayer, Circus, Rollerena, Roletta, Lady J, Quiet Killer, Gretcha Sketch, Pain One Hit Wonder, Stormy Sea, Mullet, Chemical X, Feline Feisty, and Joe, Don't Do It. All right, folks. Like I said, stay tuned at 10 o'clock here, just a half hour away. No delays, but we have